what up, my little sisters? I know it's been a minute. I know y'all probably like, girl, where the heck you been at? And we ain't gonna worry about my edges. You already know how locks is. It's a natural hairstyle, so it's not gonna be crispy clean all the time. But what up, my little sisters? It's your girl, Lil E. What in the schnitzel is going on here? The reason we've been MIA, well, most specifically me, y'all already know my deuce works. Unfortunately, we had a loss in the family, which being one of our dogs, Tanner. He unfortunately got hit by a car. And so with that, I had to take a much needed mental break. I forgot to update the whole thing because, you know, grief don't care. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to leave my senses like this. We're going to come back. We're going to be bigger and better. Let me turn down this brightness because it's reflecting in my glasses. Dear God. And so let's go ahead and get this thing started. And let me turn down the brightness on here too. Better. Now y'all can see me better. Okay, let's get into it. It says, am I the a-hole for telling the little girl that I'm not her dad? Are you the little girl's father? Like, how did we get here? This is a throwaway for privacy. Ye one. It's a throwaway account. First of all, I'm using a throwaway account because this is very personal. And my regular account has too much personally identifiable information. I, 31 male, used to date Jane, 32 female, years ago. At one point, the question of what we wanted out of life came up. Hold on. That was a little bit slanted, so I had to fix y'all real quick. She wanted a family, I didn't. So we broke up on good terms and stayed friends. Sometime later, Jane ended up pregnant after a one-night stand with a guy at a party. She tried to track him down, but couldn't, so she was left on her own to raise the baby. Now, Jane and I have been friends for a long time, even before we were a couple. So I didn't feel right about leaving her alone while she was going through all this. So I supported her during the pregnancy and after the baby was born. I'm sort of like a honorary uncle, always helping out with food, money, and so on. Yesterday, since Jane was busy with work, I went to pick up the girl, whom I won't name for privacy reasons, from a friend's house. While I was talking to the friend's mom, I could hear the girls talking, and I heard the following: "Who's that man?" "He's my daddy." After that, when the girl and I were in the car, I gently explained to her that I wasn't her dad, but more like an uncle. She kept her head down the whole way home. The night, Jane called me and scolded me for being cruel to the girl. Apparently, she cried all night because of what I've said. What was I supposed to do? Lie to her and say I was her father? Jane said it would have been better if I had ignored her or even played along, but that seems crazy to me. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not. This is a very sticky situation. Very sticky situation. The reason I say this is due to the fact that she's young and she only sees you. She's like, it's kind of like an automatic. She sees you as her dad because of the fact that you were there since she was born. And it doesn't help. I'm pretty sure Jane has also been feeling some thoughts in her head that you are the child's father. Because ain't no way that she gonna snap at you saying that, oh yeah, you should have just played along. Why am I playing along to a child that's not mine? That doesn't make any sense. Unless you have been sitting here telling this child that I'm that child's father. Nah, B. Nah, cuh. No, not happening at all. To me, I feel like respectfully, y'all need to understand, and this is for all the women out there that are single mothers and you're dealing with a guy friend that's willing to be a father figure. Please don't do this. Please. It's going to do more harm than good. You sitting here to your child and lying to them saying that, oh yeah, this is your dad, and that's not their dad, and then when the man breaks it down to them, y'all get upset. You don't have any right to put on responsibility of parentage on anybody else but yourself. So, and same vice versa for single fathers. Don't be over here talking about oh, that's your mom, or that's your new mom, and you not even had a type of relationship with that person. I understand there's a lot of times where we have like shoulda, coulda, wouldas in life, but something as big as who that child's parent is, just wait till she gets older and actually sit down and explain to her, saying, hey, look, this is what happened. I couldn't track down your father. Forgive me. But yeah, or hey, take her to get her DNA tested, see if y'all could track the man that way, and then go from there. Hire a private investigator. Like this, I don't know how this thing goes, but there's multiple different ways you could find out who the baby daddy is. What? Some wolf chasing the moon. There's some of the comments. They said, they quoted, Jane said it would be better if I ignored it or even played along. They said, wonder who told the child you were their father, not the a-hole. Green-eyed lady responded underneath that, this, of course her mom told her this so she wouldn't have to explain to the kid that her dad was a one-night stand. Poor kid. At Silly 4711 said, everyone's so focused on the girl crying that night, but no one's asking what happens in 5 years when she's old enough to piece it together herself. A gentle correction at age 5 or 6 stings for one night. Finding out as a teenager that the adults in her life collectively decide to let her live a lie, that's the kind of thing that damages trust permanently. Jane calling OP cruel is honestly projection. She's the one who set her daughter up for a much harder truth down the road. And everybody's saying basically like the same way. Because this is honestly a lot. Sir, kudos to you for being the man that's decided to step up, but I honestly would have backpedaled some from dealing with her after she called me cruel, because at that point you're trying to put something on me that I don't want. Not gonna lie, like I genuinely would have to be like, I love you to death, but I'm gonna have to backpedal from you because I noticed that this is becoming too frequent of you wanting certain things and I can't give that to you. You know what I'm saying? So, I said he's not the a-hole. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know whenever we post. And we'll be back with another video. Bye, Snitzels!